Okay. Let's open up everything. Make sure we're good.
All right. Let me
Checking
listen
to
to make
make
sure that the
sure.
volume is
Yep.
good.
Okay. We got it rocking and rolling. Okay. I can hear me. So
All right.
everything should be good. Fingers crossed. Okay.
I heard me on the stream, so I think that we are all good.
Perfect. All right. Then we can just rock and roll right on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I am so incredibly excited to jump into three, not just two, three chapters of one of might be the best ending mangas to do it in the new gen. Well, we will see.
I agree.
Um, and I am joined by my lovely co-host, the Chestnut Tanuki, who is so awesome to be doing these with me and taking time out of her day. Um, and I really appreciate it, and I'm so excited to read these chapters with you. Tell everyone what you got going on.
What is up, everybody? I am the Chestnut Tanuki, and thank you so much for having me on the channel, Nerdtaku. Hopefully, once the anime comes back, you can pop over onto my channel and we can do some reactions. Uh, since I do mostly reactions to popular anime and cartoons. Hopefully, trying to get some more long form videos out. It's been a little bit since I've done some, so hoping to get back onto the long form video train. But otherwise, I'm just kind of chilling, do daily shorts content. So if you guys like that, pop over to my channel and making sure that you guys are also subscribing to Nerdtaku, who does live reacts of all different animes and mangas.
Thank you, thank you. I'm super excited for when the anime comes back. I've heard so many good things. I can't wait to see these fights animated. After showing, Netflix showing us what the movie quality can do with that awesome movie, I am super excited because I know all these amazing fights are going to be heat. So if you don't got anything else, let's jump right into it.
I'm super excited. Let's get in.
All right, you got the link I sent you? You're in there?
Yep,
All right.
totally in. Everything should be good.
All right. You want to start it off?
Yeah, sure. So we have starting off really beautiful color spread. Really like the autumn leaves. Yami looks great in this. Not too much to say. We can see. I think this is knocked in the front. But yeah, and then we get right back into it. So it seems like we went from, because I think the last chapter, right, we literally just saw like Noelle, Nozelle, and then the other two siblings that were always mean. That I totally forgot their names, but they like finally finished defeating like their mom, which was great. And then I guess we're going right back into like the family disputes, and we have Noct and then his brother that is popping back out. So we see uh Morgan here. It says, "You're here, brother," and then we see Noct going, "Morgan," and then we have Ichika over here saying, "Brother, those heretics cloaked in anti-magic may pose a problem." And then it says, "As a former gray deer, let's take them on together." Oh, geez. A paladin
Yo,
and a Lucius clone. Let's go. Dang.
that's
So then we
crazy.
get this cool thing. It says, "Mana Zone, Dark Prison, Hunting Ground." And they're kind of like effortlessly dodging like all of these hands. And we see Noct saying, "I'll keep them busy. In the meantime, do something about Yami." Is he like just totally taken out then? Like in the very next? Oh no, that's Yami. So Yami is falling down, and then we have, damn it, not good. I'm even hallucinating a chica now. This is like, wait, this key is brother. And then I think this next panel, couple panels are my final page, and it says, "Chica, Yami, snap out of it." It says, "What are you doing in the Clover Kingdom? Your black bull's magic brought Asta and me here from the land of the sun." Then it says, "Haha, so the kid is alive after all. Those idiots do good work." Then it says, "Brother, I'm sorry." I think it's your turn.
It, I just want to point out how crazy the gray deer comment was. I forgot that he is also what's his name? The the
The
actual
former
Lizard
wizard.
King.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the fact that he's like, "Oh, I am a gray deer," but also has all the antlers and everything is really funny. Um,
It actually is like a really cool, I guess, foreshadowing, right? Foreshadowing to
yeah,
his power.
yeah. So that's super cool. All right, let's get to it. Uh, I think this is Ichika talking. "You only killed father after he'd gone insane. I was the one who massacred the clan. You took the blame and left our homeland. You were my benefactor, and I knew nothing. I resented you. I am truly sorry." Dang. And then
Damn.
Yami is here saying, "No need for that. I asked Ryu to help out." And then we get a flashback of Yami talking. It says, "Take care now." Or I guess this is Ryuya. And he says, "Take care now, Yami. Yeah, don't worry about me. I may be leaving, but I'm gonna get ridiculously tough and live the life I want." Very
As he
admirable.
should.
Yeah. "When you're Shogun, I'll come back to pay you a visit. Yeah, we'll
This
be
is a
waiting
great
for
panel.
you." Yeah.
Look at this panel, bro. Look at this paneling. Oh,
Yeah,
this is
that's so cool.
beautiful. This is
I
awesome.
do love the dynamic between Yami and Ryuya. Like I think that he's really awesome. Like his whole thing with his like I don't know, his crazy Sharingan outside of his head, that lets him see everything is just so cool. It's such a cool power, and it's almost like he had to give up like everything to obtain it. And so I just think that even though he gave everything up, he still is like one of the most revered people, and obviously became Shogun. So
It's just I love this dynamic. I also think like the art, like I mean, it sucks that we only get like a couple Clover chapters every few months, right? But even still, like you can tell this art is fantastic. I mean, the outlines, the details, like even just the expressions. This is how manga is supposed to be read, bro. I'm kind
yeah,
of getting sick of the weekly stuff. Give me this. This is
like
beautiful. Like this Yami panel. Ugh.
yeah, the shading in the back and then like the sun behind him just looks like pristine. Like this is a what I would say is like a perfect manga panel.
It's great. This is amazing.
Um, but then we see that Yami has a new a Luffy X on his chest, and says, "Thanks, Ryu. His wounds are deep. At this rate, in an emergency, Lord Ryuya said to give this to you." And it says, "That's a demon soul pill." Oh, that's what she took originally, right? When she wiped out her clan.
I guess so.
It says,
Interesting.
"This is the demon god drug that made me lose control and kill my entire clan." Why would he give you a thing like that? And then he's like struggling to speak. And wait a minute,
Dang.
did I skip a page? Because that's crazy what's about to happen. And he says, "I
I
see.
don't think so.
You mean I can handle it now? Huh? Ryu?" And then he takes the demon pill and says, "Brother." And then all of a sudden he starts changing. Yo, this is kind of crazy. Hold on. there's like a little flashback of his father. I can barely read that. I'm gonna have to zoom
Yeah,
in twice.
I can't really read that.
And it says, Sukahiro, you're gonna bring back the Yami clan's pride. Huh? What are you talking about, you damn geezer? And then he says, Demon Soul Pills, take this thing. It'll spike your urge to kill and draw out your latent Yoryoku. It's the clan's secret drug. You want one too? Even a little good for nothing could maybe help you out a bit. And it says demon soul pills won't work quite the way dad said. Mm. It doesn't boost your impulse to kill. Your physical abilities go berserk and you lose your mind. No one in the Yami clan was ever able to control it. And Ichika thinking, his Yoryoku is rising explosively and boosting his power to heal. Brother,
Oh.
yo, this is dope. I thought Yami was about to take a back seat, but I guess not. Then what if you did manage to stay sane? And that's
Dang.
my last page.
Cool. So then we get this amazing panel and we see like Lucius is basically breaking through all of this darkness. We get this awesome thing where we see like his deer horns and his hand is outstretched and he says, I hadn't greeted Yami's sister yet, even though I owe him so much." And she turns around and he goes, "Hello there." And then he like tries to hit both of them, but Achika is able to get Yami away. And then he goes, "And goodbye." And she goes, "Oh no." And then we see this hand reaching out. Says, "Back then, all I could do was shoulder your guilt." And he's holding her head. And then we see this thick ass Yami demon form. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's crazy. I just love the way it looks like because he's part of the Black Bulls. He's got like bull horns.
He
Like,
literally looks like a black bull. This is awesome. This is really cool.
yo, that's so cool.
And so you see like all of his like the damage that he had is like cloaked in like this darkness as well. So we get this awesome form, and then we see this slash, and he goes, "This time I'm protecting you," and she goes, "Big brother."
Yo, this dude's
And
got makeup on too. He got the eyeliner rolling. He got everything. That's so cool.
that was the final page of 374. Not too much happened in that chapter, but obviously the Yami transformation.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of backstory. Some really cool art panels, but otherwise, I think it's just setting up like the next few chapters.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, like, I love, honestly, I love how we're doing this because it feels like we're getting whole fights in like bulk. And like I love that because it doesn't feel like anything is drawing out too long or anything. Like it kind of goes back to what I was saying about how I still haven't finished JJK just because like I don't even feel the need to almost because like if we would have gotten the whole Sakuna fight in one little blurb, almost like he would have released 10 chapters at a time after taking like a hiatus or something, it wouldn't have felt like it dragged on like it did.
I agree.
Like, and this is doing that for me at least because we're getting, we got the whole Noel thing, along with Nozzle, and all of them, and it felt like wow, there's the conclusion of that fight. We got the same thing with Mara Leona. Like her whole fight was in two chapters, and we got those two chapters at the same time. Like it's just it feels very like a very complete thought. I don't know. It just feels good to read it in this way. So
I enjoy it. I enjoy multiple chapters rather than just one. I think the only thing that like way that actually works, like the only manga that I really like doing like chapter by chapter is like One Piece.
yeah,
But that's because there's always so much like packed into these. Like Black Clover has always been like a manga that individual chapters don't really have a lot of content. It's mostly just artwork. But that's why I think this works so well. So
yeah. It's like with One Piece, every chapter holds so much weight because we have, you know, 25 years of content that has made it so that each chapter feels like it has weight. You know, these other mangas don't really have that. So it's like, when it comes to something like this is so much better, to get like 3 chapters at a clip or 2 chapters, just because, at 24 pages each as well, like you're getting 70 pages, of content just for this. So I really like it.
No, I enjoy this a lot. It's awesome.
So let's move on to 375.
All right. Am I starting off this one?
Yeah.
All right, word up. I got like 2 pages left, so I'll read like this first page. I'll do another one, and then we'll switch back over to you.
All
So
right.
we have 375 Strafe Punishment. A few minutes earlier, and we see Morgan and Noct, and it says plus dark magic. That form. The one who's controlling him is Lufagus, and it says, dang, and we see him like kind of like gritting his teeth. That's no longer Morgan. I'll defeat him right along with Lucius's clone, even if it kills me. Gallus ex Felis ex Canis. Dang.
Mm.
Oh
So
shoot, bro.
we've seen him like put two of the devils together, but now he did all three. He did 3 out of his 4. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, look at this next panel, bro.
Shit.
That's
Yo, that
insane.
is crazy. This
That's
animated is gonna be
insane.
bananas.
Oh, if they do this scene justice, I mean, the darkness, like the contrast is so good in Black Clover, and I love how they use like blacks and white, and they really contrast them because like you can tell like where Morgan and Lucius are, and then you can even see like where Noct is because like they just use the contrast so well where it's like there's so much happening in the background, and yet I can see pretty clearly what like a Tabata wants us to see. It's so good. It,
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Like I just love how they're using these like basically like these lines along with the like the segments that explode outwards, like to show that they were just basically boxing in all these areas. Like it's just so good.
There's so much movement in this. It's just
Yeah.
everything is so dynamic. A fantastic panel, fantastic panel.
Yeah. Tava to really be in his bag with this. And then we go to Morgan saying, "Brother, you look like you're hurting. You still blame yourself, don't you? I'll set you free." Sheesh. I mean, yeah.
Dang.
I mean, that's the whole reason why he joined the Black Bulls, was because he was basically blaming himself for what happened to him. Because he used to look vastly different, and then he like basically became his brother.
The
So
the family
wild.
dynamics, like the dynamics between like brothers and like even just like siblings, is just so well done in Black Clover. Tabata doesn't give enough credit, bro.
Yeah.
He's just putting out peak week after or month after month, bro.
Yeah. People who say poppy clover have no idea what they're talking about, because
No.
like even if you draw inspiration from other manga, like I hate to say this, but like there's no like when it there's no other manga I feel that does this sibling dynamic and or like family trauma and solution to that family trauma like this. Like Naruto is not doing this. Like, you know, as
Even
the
like even like more
Bleach sure
recent
isn't.
ones, like Dandadan, I don't think is doing the family dynamic like this. Like Takamoto Days, they don't really touch on a lot of this of like the just like the nitty gritty of the family dynamics. The only thing that I think like in media that has done like sibling dynamics really well was like Arcane, but even then, like Black Clover just blows it out of the water with actually showing how to resolve like legitimate disputes between siblings, like with like Noelle and her siblings. Like it was a really satisfying resolution, and it was something that like you never really like expected them to like resolve their issues, and then they did. And then it's like even with like Noct and Morgan, like it's gonna be so good. I cannot wait to see how they finish this off.
Yeah, I can't help but agree because like there's no I feel like especially in like I can't even really think of one like one isn't even really coming to mind where like a sibling dynamic is quite this good. Um and like they're not really solving trauma at that level when it comes to these sort of things. Like they're usually just like there's like one panel or like one scene of them talking about their family struggles but like never coming to like these really great resolutions like this, you know. So I'm very excited for this because like if Noel and doing that like that payoff is incredible. And like if we're getting more of that when it comes to like solving these issues, then I honestly can't wait. So
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
then we cut back to Yami cutting Lucius, and Lucius said, "Who'd have thought you'd still have this kind of strength? That's incredible, Yami." And Yami says, "Shut up. Quit talking like you're Julie with Julius's face." And then Lucius says, haha, still, you and I may be strong. Mm, this is my last page. And I said, but Morgan is stronger than both of us now. Whoa.
Oh dang.
It says, the vice captain had Asta's anti magic and he still lost this easily? Dude, that's crazy. And Yami says, no, that guy as a magic knight of the Clover Kingdom, as the vice captain of the Black Bulls, I must defeat Morgan. I know, I know that, but, and that's my last page. Yo, this
Oh,
is crazy.
and then we get him looking at Morgan, and he just sees him in the past, and it says, "I've already killed my brother once. I can't kill him again." And then he goes, "Damn it!" And there's like another like flashback. Let me see if I can read, where he's just kind of like, it's like, "I'm begging you, save my brother, gods, please. Don't go spouting whatever's convenient for you at this time. Whatever you wanted. Don't count on the gods. Who in the right mind would save you?" And so he said, so like I couldn't really read a lot of what's going on in this flashback, but then
Yeah.
it says like, "I thought my tears had run dry back then." And then we get another thing where it says, "Brother, let's start over again together." And then we see him like going and shooting a ray at him.
That's
And
crazy.
then Yami of course comes in and deflects it. Really cool action panel. And when he deflects it, it like destroys like half of the city. And then we see Morgan go, "Yami." It says, "He defeated the Lucius clone that fast?" And then we see like all of this dark magic surrounding Yami. It says, "Does this look like any time to cry, you rich kid loser?" Morgan's already and he goes, "I know." Yo, Yami is brutal.
Yeah, Yami is crazy.
But then he goes, "I know that, but are you planning to let Morgan kill people? He lived to save them. He was basically good incarnate. He's dead. Morgan is dead. You should choose to shoulder that sin for the rest. You chose to shoulder that sin for the rest of your life, remember? You've got to be the one to stop him. Man, you're pathetic. You're all freaked out because you're by yourself." And then that's my
Dude,
final.
how brutal. Yami's like, bro, he been dead. I don't know why you're out here letting him kill more people. Crazy. All right. So here I am. We'll fight him together.
Ah, it's so good.
So good. And man, I love the way like the blood looks like coming down Nox's face, and then you see Morgan, and this big beam of light comes out. and it looks like it shoots at them and goes through like 3 buildings. This dude's a menace.
He's kind of crazy.
And then it looks like Yami saying, "The one who makes me sick here is Lucius, doing all this crap while he's wearing Julius's face. And now he's even desecrating the dead. Morgan, there's no way I could forget you. But the one thing I can do for you while that scumbag's using you is put you back down so you can rest in peace."
Dang!
Yo, he looked so tough. Like Yami looks like it's so cool because it's like the darkness is forming that like half wing like Asta had when he first got his demon form. And it's just so cool to see.
He looks sick as hell, bro. He looks absolutely sick as hell. I actually really like this Yami design. When the chapter originally came out, I saw like a few tweets saying that they didn't like his design. I like it. I think it's really cool. I really like how he looks like a black bull, basically. Um, it's not like a crazy design. Like it's not like it's super overly detailed, but I think it's detailed enough that I just very much enjoy it. Like I really enjoy this design.
Yeah, like I can't agree more because like it's cool because it shows like kind of where all of his injuries were is where the darkness is currently. And I think it looks really cool. And it's also the fact that I don't he doesn't have his sword back. I think that sword is made out of his darkness. Like because Asta I'm pretty sure still has his katana.
Oh yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe I guess we'll have to see. I don't remember if he got like a sword back. Although it would be cool if he literally just has a darkness sword.
Ye-
I think that's awesome. This is
Yeah.
gonna be so cool animated though. Like this is gonna be fantastic animated.
Yeah, and it looks like I mean has both darkness and light, and so they're crossing blades, and he has a sword made of darkness and a sword made of light, and then Yami just has the darkness blade. But what I like about it is it you can like they look like in Morgan's hands they look like kind of like broadswords, and then Yami's obviously looks like a katana, you know, because it's like how you manifest your power.
It looks really cool.
Also, I
It
do
look
want to
it
draw back to when he said, "I've already killed my brother once. I can't kill him again." This crying panel where he's like falling backwards with like all of the blood and darkness coming off him is so incredibly detailed and so like it's such a beautiful panel. Like I truly love it, especially because like we don't get to see Nox's eyes very much because he always has like the kind of like, you know, closed eyes look. But here getting to see his eyes and like the tears coming off of them is just Jeff's kiss. Like it's so good.
it's really I really like this panel. There's so many fantastic panels, but I love how they just kind of convey emotions so well. Like you can see that there's just like pure despair on his face. Like the emotion that we kind of get with a lot of these panels are just so good. Like even like the panel where Yami's like, "So I am here, we'll fight together," and you kind of see it like it's just his mouth, but you can see like it's there's like so much like scribbles around it where it's like you can tell that it's trembling. Like his lips are trembling here, and just the way that he's able to convey that is just so good.
You want to know what's crazy though? Just because I know that the voice actor who plays All Might and Yami is the same person, so it's literally like when they dub it, it's literally gonna sound like All Might showing up. Like
That would be awesome. I
it's
am here.
I am here. We'll fight him together. Young Midoriya. Yeah, that's
It's
gonna be
also the voice
crazy.
actor for Zoro. So
Yeah, and Vegeta. That dude is
mhm.
in everything.
It's Christian Sabat, right? Or Christopher
Hmm.
Sabat.
Yeah, I love how like
He's awesome.
the dude, I think it's Sean Schimmel. Like the only thing that he does is like Goku and like very random characters, like that. He's not consistent, but Christopher Sabat is literally like he's everywhere.
He's like every and in every anime dub ever. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist. He's also Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z. He voices two different characters in the same series, which is crazy. Like when he's just doing dialogue of them both back and forth, it's gonna be like just him talking to himself.
That's
Like,
awesome. It's so funny.
but yeah, yeah, I really like everything is just so detailed. Like
Super cool.
this is like why I think that, it sucks because I am a very impatient person. But when we like get gold like this, from taking the time, it just makes me want that more often. Like,
I like saw somebody say this about like the My Hero, because they like are releasing like the volumes for My Hero, and obviously like people go back through and do corrections for the volumes, like versus the weekly stuff. So if you look at like the art in the My Hero, like the volume versus weekly, and like obviously Horikoshi weekly is already insane, but you see some of this stuff and you're like, how, like, why do we even still do weekly stuff? Like, if I could get that level of quality by waiting like 2 to 3 weeks and then they would just like schedule it differently. Like I could read so many more series, right? Like with Boruto, like imagine if it was like One Piece is 1 week, Black Clover is another week, Boruto another week, and then it was like My Hero or like JJK. And it's like every week there's something like different where it's like you could just always have it, always read it, and then you just get this level of quality. Because I was just like looking, I'm like the level of quality is just so much better. Like why would I not just wait? And that's like my thing. I'm like, why wouldn't I just wait and then get such fantastic quality from stuff. But no,
yeah,
I'm excited. I feel like we're probably not gonna get very much more from Black Clover, but the way that it's ending, I mean, the emotions that we're getting through, we're getting every single character hitting every emotional milestone and development stone that they need to. I'm very happy with how this is ending.
yeah, it's literally like they're just really nicely just wrapping everything up with a nice little bow at the end. And it's like they're leaving no stone unturned. I feel like they're really just like honing in on each individual thing and being like, yeah, we're gonna end this right, we're gonna do this right, we're gonna do this right. And I'm just like, I can't think of anything where I'm like, man, I'm so mad that they never brought that back up or anything like that. Like I feel like it's very straightforward and there aren't many plot lines that we're going and being like, huh, I wonder what they'll do there. Like I don't know, it's really good. But on like the subject of like taking breaks, I was such a hardcore advocate that as soon as they hit the time skip in One Piece, I was like, they need to go to bi-weekly episodes of One Piece, or even just like tri-weekly. Take 3 weeks and then drop an episode. Like right now,
Yeah.
me and my wife are watching through, and we hit Dressrosa, and we're watching it, and it is grueling. It is grueling. Just like there's been at least 10 episodes of Bellamy jumping around in that like area below Doflamingo and saying that he wants to beat up Luffy, even though he's crying and he's upset that he chose to follow Doflamingo. It's like, dude, we need to wrap this up. Like, the pacing is just terrible.
It really is. I mean, I think that they're gonna go through and like fix a lot of stuff too. But I'm that type of person where it's like Arcane like came out and they had like, I mean, I think that they needed more episodes, right? Like it was a bit rushed, but it's like I'm fine waiting like 1 to 2 years for things. Like just release one episode every week, or you could even do an episode every 2 weeks if you want to just like stretch it out. You get this quality, and then people talk about it and can make theories for like 1 to 2 weeks, and then you just continue on. And then this way
Yeah.
you have time. It was kind of the same thing with like Has Been Hotel, where it's like they released like 2 episodes at a time, where it's like don't do that. Release one episode every week. Stretch it out for as long as possible. People will still keep up and they'll still watch it week to week if it's entertaining,
Yeah.
and then just wait a little bit, you know what I mean? And then just give us more. So,
I
I
mean,
mean, that's what they did with Attack on Titan, and everybody was watching Attack on Titan, bro.
yeah, they did take too long for that though.
They did. I agree. I agree
um,
that they took a bit too long for that, but
but I get it. They had like, different licensing agreements, and like they changed animation studios like 3 times. Um, but I mean, that's why even though it was a weekly show, like they took their time. And I don't know if you watched it, but I watched The Penguin on HBO Max, and
I haven't watched that one yet.
holy shit. Like I'm talking like this is probably like a 9.5, 10 out of 10 series. And just like, but like I factor it into my week, kind of like I do with like, Dawn to Dawn episodes dropping, and Dragon Ball Daima episodes. Like I look forward to a different day of the week for a different form of media. So it's like even if you took more time, there would be something to fill that gap. So it's
Yeah,
like
I
you
agree.
have to, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are fans that would fall off or whatever, but then they'd probably eventually go back and then just binge it for the people who like to binge. Like it is what it is. But I think that, making sure that the quality is there and the pacing doesn't suffer and the story actually gets told correctly, I think that's priceless. But,
I agree. I agree 100%.
all right. Now we are on to 376. Last
Okay,
chapter in the bunch.
word up. Why don't you start this one off, Taku?
All right. So it looks like we are back, and it looks like Morgan, Yami, and who is that next to them?
I'm not sure. I don't know if that's Charlotte or what's her name? The one who has the crush on Yami.
Oh yeah, I think her name's Charlotte, right?
I think it
Oh,
is Charlotte. I haven't seen her in like a ton of chapters.
yeah, it's been a bit.
I'm gonna look it up really quick.
Okay.
But continue.
I always have the same dream. I join the Gray Deer too. Yami and I fight over Morgan. Maybe that's Noct, because I know that he looked vastly different.
I mean that looks exactly like Charlotte.
It does.
But let me see. Noct. I think that is Charlotte, but
Okay. It says, and Morgan just smiles the way he always did. Then I wake up. I despair. Sheesh. The emotions.
I know I feel so bad.
Yeah. Master Lucius is no scumbag, Yami. He is the savior who will bring true peace to this world. And it says Dark Cloak Dimension Slash. And he shoots a darkness slash towards Morgan. And he said, he granted me absolute magic and this power. Yami thinks it drags everything in and swallows it. That's what dark magic does best. And then Morgan says, my own magic is light, light and dark using this magic of creation. Oh, I am super excited. Oh, here we go. Morgan says, I will clear the way to the ideal world. And you see Morgan shooting a bunch of lights at Yami, and he is dodging. And that is my last
Crazy.
page.
There's a ton of this destruction, and then we get this really cool scene of Yami, and he kind of has his hands over his head, and it says, that attack happened at light speed. It was all I could do to block it with my black moon. He's not leaving me any openings. Light shines brightest in the darkness. Right now, Morgan's even stronger than Lucius. How much longer can you hold on? And this man has both light and dark magic. And then we see Morgan, Yami, and it says, I don't know much about your relationship to my brother. From what Asa told me, though, after brother defended me and was driven from our homeland, even in a foreign land he knew nothing about, he inspired all sorts of people. I almost made my brother shoulder everything by himself again. And then it says, we see a Chica, she seems like she's powering up. I can't possibly just stand by and watch, as if I were some tragic princess. And then we see Yami is like rushing around and dodging everything. And we see Morgan do like a slash, and Yami's able to block it. And he goes, "He's too damn fast." And then it says, "It's over, Yami." Then it says, "Dark Yojutsu, Black Star." And then we see Ichika finally pops in. "I didn't come to be protected. I'm here to help. I'll fight alongside you, brother." And he goes, "You're all grown up. We may not look alike, but our Yojutsu and magic sure do. Dark combo spell, Black Heavens."
Yo, that's so crazy. Like I
Oh,
absolutely love this. Like their combo is just it's sensational. Like I just love it. I also love the way she looks with the Oni mask type thing that she's got going on. Like
I love her magic.
yeah, her magic is so tough. But I do love the way that she looks when she's like uh and this is why I think that Black Clover does female representation the best, because even she's like, I'm not just gonna stand by and watch as if I were some tragic princess.
I love it. It's so good.
It's really good.
She's strong and she's gonna help. And I love the fact like the women in Black Clover are never just pushed to the side. It's never like, "Oh, well, you needed to be protected," and you push to the side. It's
Yeah.
literally like, "Nah, I'm here to help. Like, I can help you out just like how you can help me out." Oh, Black Clover is so good, bro. I never want to hear any Black Clover slander after this. Because
Seriously.
literally, how much more perfect could this ending be?
Yeah. Having and I hope that Nox joins the fray too. So it's like a 3-on-1. Like I'm all for my the most hated trope that I have in anime is not jumping your opponent. Like I literally am like, no, like this is the fate of the world. We're jumping whoever. Like I don't care if we
Yeah,
gotta be sleazy to do it. If we're trying to protect the world, like we're doing it as dirty as possible. So especially because they keep commenting on how this dude is stronger than Lucius right now. Like, which is crazy.
it's it's amazing. I think we're about to get a generational jump. Uh, Also, if you haven't read Black Clover, please do. Black Clover is probably going to have one of the best endings in like recent anime manga. Black Clover is peak. Don't let anybody tell you differently. The art peak, the story peak, the characters peak. Uh, People will say that it's copying like Naruto. It doesn't. It's just it's so peak through and through. When this gets animated, people are gonna be acting up. People are gonna be acting different.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Taco. It's your turn.
No, I definitely agree. If you've watched all the way up to the end, you have more patience than me, because as soon as before I even got to the ending, I started reading the manga to get caught up because I thought it was something special, and it really is. Like I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. But all right, let's get at it. Okay, so they use the dark combo spell Black Heavens, and it looks like Morgan is going all out shooting light beams, and uh it looks like they're Yami's thinking, even if we can't swallow it whole, we can knock it off. Oh no, wait. Who is that speaking or thinking?
Um, I think it's Yami
Even if we can't swallow it whole, we can knock it off course. And
because they
then
have like the black hole up here.
yeah, it says, I'm sorry. I was trying to take the easy way out, telling myself I could die at any time. Tears don't mark the end of a sin. Yo, that's a tough line. And then we get, what was that? Gallus, Fellis, Canis, Equus. So he is using all four now. All right, that's
Uh,
what's up.
a
And
generational jumping is about to take place.
oh yeah. and it says, "You're late, partner." And they're all queued up, dude. They all look so good. It says, "Sorry to keep you waiting, partner." And then all of like the darkness hands start coming out of the ground. And Morgan says, "I knew it, brother. You're the one with the greatest talent for magic." Yo, that's so cool. I will say, I liked I liked Nock's design here. I definitely think that his other design where he has the like the
The
dog,
armor.
yeah, the dog armor, like where he has like the dog face on, kind of looks tougher, but I do
Yeah.
like this one.
This one, I think it'd be cool if we actually saw more of his legs and it wasn't just like a black like cloak almost.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but I
definitely.
think that they're mirroring because he's like darkness and like Morgan is light, so I think it's just kind of like dark and light clashing.
Yeah, it's definitely, it definitely could use some work. I think that was that my last page.
Nope, I think you have one more.
Wow, wow, this is a hell of a page. Oh my god, they're going crazy. It says Dark X, Shadow Magic, Walpurgis Night. That's
Insane.
crazy. They are
I love
like
I love it.
destroying the whole city.
This is an insane feat. I mean, and you can see like all of the like every individual clash, like there's multiple areas where we see them clashing and like going together and
Yeah,
it's just so much happening at once. Like it's just this is insane. Like massive. Just it's crazy.
that that's crazy. All right, you are up to finish this
Yeah.
chapter.
All right. So then we have Ichika, Yami, and Noct all going, "Rah!" And then Morgan's going, "Impressive, but so that everyone may smile in true peace. The glory of that day, that dream. I'll surpass them all on my own." And we see all of them fighting, and then Morgan is popping down here. The brighter the light, ooh, the deeper the shadow it casts. And Noct like pops up behind him with this huge demon sword and slashes him right in the middle here, and he says, "Goodbye, Morgan. I will shoulder this pain forever." And that's it.
That's
Dang.
crazy. That is a crazy end.
Dang.
Just the
Crazy.
fact that he, popped out right behind him and just hit him with that.
The
Ah,
emotion, like the grief on Nox's face, I think is so good. I
yeah,
love it.
like the
I love
lines under his eyes and like everything. Like, man, like we don't get to see, like I said, we don't get to see like Nock's eyes a lot. So like to see them this like troubled with like this much emotion in them is just so good. Like, oh man,
I love it. I love it so much.
I love it
Fantastic.
too.
I'm so happy that they were able to finally finish this off too. That means that there's really only like the Asta stuff left. So
Yeah.
there's not very much left. These three chapters very quickly were great. I think that the art was fantastic. As always was Black Clover. I think Tabata is a super underrated artist. He's probably one of the best in Shonen Jump. The story was great. I really liked the relationship between Noct and Morgan. I thought that Yami and Ichika also had a really good bonding moment. Overall, the ending is looking peak right now. That's all I gotta say. The ending is looking peak.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like they're literally just like tying up all these loose ends so perfectly. Like I don't even think I besides for maybe and again I'll probably have to see it animated um just to fully see how Morgan looks, but that is like my if that's my biggest critique is like maybe just seeing Morgan's form a little bit better, then that is a small potatoes in comparison to like how some other animes are and mangas are doing different fights. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. The demon pill thing with Yami, super sick. Uh and just like him, Ichika, and Noct all teaming up is just so good. And I love this line, like the brighter the light, the deeper the shadows, is just so incredible. Uh, it truly
Right.
is awesome. And I also love what did he say here? Tears don't mark the end of a sin. That's like such a tough line because, like, yeah, sure, like, even if you do something wrong, like, it's not like you can, go back. It's just because you cry about it doesn't mean that you're forgiven,
What a hard line, bro. Tears
right?
don't mark the end of a sin. Bruh, it's peak. It's
It's
peak.
a bar. It's a bar for real. Like,
Oh, when this gets animated, when we get this animated, they better be animating this, bro. Studio
yeah.
Para better stop with all these other things. Once Bleach like ends, bro, better get their booties right back onto Black Clover
Oh
because
yeah.
damn, damn.
Yeah. And this better not be CG. I will lose my shit. I will. Because like Studio what is it? Studio Period, they did really good with the CG in like the first season of Thousand Year Blood War, but the latest episode they did CG and it was absolute dog shit. It was terrible. So I pray that they keep it just anime, like keep it animated the way they were doing it. Don't do too much, you know. Keep it keep it close to the vest. So I this is incredible. I like I said, that line to me is so good. Like and just like all of the emotions that were shown throughout this whole chapter, like you truly see these characters struggling. Like it gives life to these characters and makes you really feel the way that they're feeling. And I think that's due to them taking their time and really, putting a lot of detail into these panels. It's just I love it.
It's great.
I love it. These
Ab-
chapters to me, I mean, if we're even grading them all together, I'd say this is like a 9.5. Like this 9.5, 10 out of 10. Like I loved it.
it was great. Peak chapters, peak chapters.
So yeah, that was something else. I very much am looking forward to it. Asta's and fighting Lucius. I really like. I know I say like sure we should be jumping this guy, um, but there is part of me that wants to see Asta elevate to a level beyond so that way he actually gets the MC treatment and gets to like show why, you know, like why he's built different. So I actually had
Uh,
something I did think of something crazy the other day. I was thinking about Black Clover for some reason. And I was like, we never really got a chance to truly understand, besides for the fact that like Lieb is there and like, you know, like why he never really Asta never had magic. So I was like, I wonder if they're ever gonna give Asta magic. I don't know if they
I
will.
don't think so. I would say I wouldn't like that. I think that Asta with his anti magic and his like demon contract, like I think that is good. I think he's strong enough. I don't think he needs magic. I know that like in the movie, like he was able to handle a magic weapon and like was technically using it. I think he's cool enough as is. I think that Asta is perfect. As
Yeah.
is. He doesn't need anything.
I was like, I hope they don't give him magic, but there was a part of me that was like, man, wouldn't it be kind of, it would be kind of cool if while he was fighting Lucius, a second grimoire appeared and it was like his actual magic grimoire that he was supposed to get but never did because of how much anti-magic was around him. Um,
He couldn't, he like was born without magic because he was like an anomaly though. Like it wasn't
yeah,
like he didn't have it. It was like he was born without it because like he was like the original anomaly. Like
yeah,
that's why he can't exist in the world. So I don't think he ever would ever have a grimoire. Like he just
yeah.
his mom was cursed. He was a mistake, but it's like because of that he's like the savior. So I would honestly like no magic, don't give him anything. He's anti-magic. That's honestly strong enough. Like he doesn't need anything else. He just needs to surpass his limits. So
I
that's what I would say for that.
um I also uh, uh, I'm also in that same agreement. I also wonder if they're ever gonna bring like Asta's father or lineage into it at all.
We need it. I feel like we don't need it. I feel like at this point we already know what we need to know about Asta. It was his mother that was like the important relationship. Like whoever his father is, I don't think I don't think it will change anything. So I feel like I'd rather focus on like other characters. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing with Deku. Like we really don't need to know his father. Like it doesn't really change anything. Because who for all we know, like the dad died, right? So it's like to me, I think like Asta just being a peasant, he was cursed. He was a mistake. He shouldn't exist in this world, and yet he's thriving. I love that storyline a lot better.
Yeah. I just thought it would be diabolical if Lucius was his father.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that.
That would be diabolical.
It's like the Aizen of Black Clover. Then
Yeah, that's true. Then they'll be saying copy Clover even more. They'll be like, this dude's been masterminded from the beginning. But
yeah,
it would just be it'd be like the cherry on top of like the full hater meal that he has going on already. Just being like, oh yeah, he's like, by the way, your mom and me. And it's just like, how could you? That'd be diabolical.
that would be insane. That would be insane. But
But
yeah, I
yeah,
don't know. I think they're doing the ending perfect.
I think
I
so
think like
too.
it's great.
I truly feel like if as long as we hit the key things that need to happen, like Asta gets to become Wizard King at the end, goes to, become the Wizard King of the was it the Spade Kingdom?
Yeah,
And
which
stuff
basically
like
what they're
that.
setting up.
Yeah, and like as long as you hit on those things because of all the other things that you wrapped up so beautifully, like I don't know, it's almost like a cheat code to the end of the story, you know. It's really like it really is shaping up to be the best new gen ending in manga for now. Like
Totally agree.
as
Absolutely
long
agree
as
100%.
it sticks the landing here, which it's already looking like it will, it could be that. And then I'm hoping everyone finally gives it its flowers after the ending of it, because so far every JJK and MHA fan is like, I absolutely hated the ending of my show. So it's like, come over here where the endings are good. Like,
Yeah. I mean, as long as they stick like, cause like what was Black Clover? Like Black Clover has always been a show about like you get stronger, you surpass your limits, you're better than what you like people will dictate you as. Like you're not in this box. So as long as like Asta wins in the end, he surpasses his limits and becomes the Wizard King. That's all we really need from Black Clover at this point. Every other storyline has been tied up in a little bow. Like we have the Black Bulls, they all had their moment. Noelle had her crazy moment where she beat her mom, and Morgan and Ichika had their moment. Like Yami had his moment. All we need is the final Asta moment. Like we had all of the cool stuff happen, at that point, it's like, what else could you expect from Black Clover? Because I feel like a lot of people like expected more from like JJK and My Hero, right? Like, and that was the issue with their endings, is that like we all expected it to be better. We expected it to like have more impact. But it's like for Black Clover, all we need is a nice little bow where it's like, this is what I started reading. I read about a kid who wants to be the Wizard King, who didn't have powers and wanted to prove that he is important in the world and that people, regardless of how you see them, have great potential. And if the end we see a kid who started off as nothing, have great potential and be the savior and be Wizard King, that's all we need. All they need to do is stick. It is a piss easy stick the ending. And then it's like one of the best ones. It's like it's exactly what you started reading. That's exactly what you're getting. All we want to see him is be Wizard King, and I think that's exactly what we're gonna get. So it's like they hit the mark on every other ending. All they got to do is Asta, and that's the easiest one to do. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah, like I mean, like MHA fans, I feel like they started reading MHA and they were like, "Oh, this guy is telling his story about how he became the world's greatest hero." And then at the end of it, they were like, "What do you mean he's not a hero anymore?" And like that's literally how they could have stuck
Yeah,
the landing. Is like make him relevant in a way that makes sense. But instead they were like, well, he's basically Iron Man now. And it's like, I didn't want Iron Man though. Like he was someone that was past that, you know. And there was like and I don't even think so much that it would have been bad if he ended up with the Iron Man thing had they given a little bit more thought beforehand and being like, hey, they've been testing this technology for a while to try and make it so that if people are born with quirks, they have the potential to also be heroes. But like, it literally was like they showed All Might in like the first, ever developed Iron Man suit, basically, and then Deku got the second. And it's like
yeah,
that happened in a span of like 20 chapters. like there has to be more of a foreshadow or at least like a allude to that. Like it's kind of like how Naruto didn't stick the landing because they brought up Kaguya once and then all of a sudden she was actually the big bad villain at the end. Like, and that's why people were pissed off.
yeah.
So
And it's
I don't
like
know.
understandably so like pissed off too, where it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Black Clover is looking pretty great right now. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love these chapters. They were fantastic. They were really really good. Um, but yeah, so um, am super excited. I hope we get another drop of 3 chapters again, or however many. Because at this point, I think that we maybe have. I would say maybe 10 chapters,
Yeah,
and this will probably
definitely
be
not a
done.
lot.
Yeah. So, I think 10 chapters and we'll probably be wrapped up and I can't wait for it. Um so but yeah, thank you so much again for showing up, for enjoying this amazing series with me. It is always very much a pleasure to be able to do these lives with you. And like you said, I can't wait for the anime to come back and then we can do some live reactions to the episodes together.
That would be
Um,
awesome. I am super excited. And thank you again so much for having me on. I always appreciate it. We didn't really have any tech issues this time, which is great because I feel
I
like that's
know.
like usually that takes up a lot of our time.
Yeah.
But great chapters. Thank you again, and I cannot wait for the next ones.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So, um we will let everyone know when they're dropping, and if you have anything that you want to plug right before we get out of here, feel free to do so.
Nope. Just making sure that you guys are subscribing to Nerdtaku and getting him to 1K soon. That would be the best.
Yeah, I'm super close to the 300 mark, so I'm slowly but surely gaining. Um, but I appreciate all the love and support and all the help with the technical issues. It's it's crazy what can happen once we got things in place. Um, But again, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that was in the chat, especially Ragnar for being super dope. And if you are in the chat and you haven't read Black Clover, please do. And I'm sure you will have plenty of time because of the holidays and everything. You'll be able to catch up by the time we reach our next stream. Um, so thank you guys so much. And I will see you all probably for the One Piece stream that I'll do for the latest chapter that I haven't gotten to yet. So thank you guys so much.